It's me again. There's me little chins. Hello, chinny chins. Well, day 49. What can I say? Yeah, good day really. A lot of things happening for me at the moment. A lot of spiritual things happening. Just decisions really about which way to go. And you know, don't get me wrong, it's only day 49, but this is not my first rodeo. You know, it's not my first time at 49 days. In fact, I've been here quite a few times. And this time I'm aware that I need to make changes. I want to make changes, that's the thing. You know why? Because I've become convinced that any life run on the old craniamus is doomed, I'm afraid. You know, dishonest stuff, this, that and the other, you know, karma, all just kicking me up the ball bag. Someone's asked me to, the swearing's a little bit difficult to handle when they're watching my videos, so I decided to tone it down. This is for you. I'm gonna, every time I want to swear, I'm gonna say another word instead, so I hope you appreciate it. It's taking a lot of effort, by the way. Yeah, so I've decided to, you know, I've been reading a lot of stuff on Facebook lately, and, you know, people talking about triggers and this, that and the other, and, you know, triggers, what are they? You know, all things that trigger you off, make you drink. Oh, there I go again, swore again, sorry about that. No such thing as a trigger. It's all nonsense, just for the record. You know, no such thing. Breathing, there you go, that's a trigger. Opening my eyes in the morning. You know, life, that's a trigger on it. That's one huge constant trigger, isn't it? You know, nothing's triggering me off. You know, I drank and took drugs when I was happy, when I was sad, when I was everything in between. There was no such things as triggers. You know, if you're done, there's no trigger. As long as you work in a program and you're connected to something other than your own head. You know, if you're connected to the collective. Oh, that's quite nice. If you're connected to the collective, yeah, the collective of AA, or the collective of you know, of life itself. You know, the stream of life. You know, how do you get connected? Well, you've got to remove what's blocking you off. Generally, it's yourself that's blocking you off. You know, your own petty little, you know, wants and needs, or well, they're not needs, are they? They're just wants. Simple as that. You already got what you need, haven't you? If you're watching this, you've certainly got my fucking. Sorry about that. Penny in the. I just put a penny in the imaginary jar. Ka-chink. There you go. Hope that makes you feel better. Yeah. I mean, if you're watching this on a phone, or even if you're on a laptop, you've got a phone and data. I mean, I'm going to guess you got food. If you haven't, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. That's a real problem. Perhaps sell the phone. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, so that's what's got to be done. You've got to remove self. You know, everything's about me. That's the problem. When I'm not, and you know, at day 49, please let me tell you, it's only marginally better. That's the truth. I'm not claiming victory over anything at the moment, apart from alcohol and drugs. And it's not even my victory, it's ours. There you go. I can't, we can. If it wasn't for yous and a higher power, I'd be, you know, as drunk as a pirate right now, singing and dancing Saturday night. You know, I'd probably be drunk already. That's the truth of it. But there was no Saturday nights for me. As soon as I opened my eyes on anything that resembled a weekend, I'd be, I'd be on it every day anyway. So it wouldn't make no difference. Every day was a weekend as far as drinking and taking drugs are concerned. I used to say, well, it's 8 p.m. somewhere in the world to justify why I was getting drunk at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, just because I had an obsession of the mind and I had to have a drink. The illusion was that if I had the drink, it would shut this up. It just didn't, though, did it? Temporarily, it might have done. But then it was back again with a vengeance. You know, seeking revenge. And then I have one, and then that's it. I'm off to the races and never know what's going to happen. Another day's passed, got worse, not better. Hurt people, you know, again. Hurt myself, you know. So, there you go. Tonight, instead, I'm going to a meeting, you know. That's it. It's Saturday night here. I'm going to go to the meeting, listen, so I can learn, and I'm going to listen to the message if there is one, hopefully, and I'm going to, if there isn't one, I'm going to carry one. And what message have I got at 49 days? Well, I've got a lot actually. Don't hide your light under a bushel. Don't be sitting there going, oh, nobody wants to hear what I've got to say. That's just your own patronising fucking, you know, self trying to protect your image of self. That's all that is. That's all bullshit. Oh, I don't, in case they think I'm trying to say this, or in case they think I'm trying to say that. Just get on with it, mate. Jesus. You're 49 days. How did you do it? Because there'll be somebody in there that might be 409 days that still ain't done what you've done. You know? Or 1 day. Or 49 minutes. Listen, nothing's wasted. You go and tell the truth in a meeting, mate. You've helped somebody. If, you know, and at the very worst, excuse me. Ooh, that's what happens when you're old. You yawn a lot. You might be yawning too. That might be out of boredom. Yeah, when you're speaking the truth, that connects. You know, and there'll be somebody that you're connecting with there. You won't even know it. They might not even admit it. They might not even tell you. You might never know. But take it from me. If you go to a meeting tonight and share the truth, somebody's going to get something. If only you. And, you know, you'll feel better that the world knows you a little bit better. You've opened up a tiny little crack in the door again, haven't you? So the world can see who you are, you know, in all your glory. Or unglory, whatever you want to call it. And how did I get 49 days then? Well, you know, I certainly didn't, you know, see, I'm wanting it to get better. You know, I just didn't. Got a sponsor, 10 meetings a week. You know, crumbs. I think I'll be awake to go to the meeting where I'm going. Yeah, 10 meetings a week, sponsor, the steps. You know, that's a point actually. I'm going to be requesting one of you soon. To help me with these step 8 and 9 I've got to do. You know, I mean, I'm making an ongoing amends, as it is to everybody that cares about me, because I'm sober and to myself. But you know, let's not hide behind that bullshit, because you know, there's other people out there that need to hear that I'm getting better, and I'm sorry for what I've done, and I'm willing to put it right. Not so that I can feel much better, but because it gives them a chance to have closure. And that's what it's really about, isn't it? The ones that are, you know, never going to forgive you, well, that's just the way it is. There's nothing you can do about that. It's out of your hands. And my experience step 9 is never goes how you think it's going to go. The ones on there that look the hardest generally aren't, and the ones that look like the easiest sometimes ain't as well. Do you know what I mean? So you never know what's going to be, where the magic's going to come. But it does say we're going to be amazed before we're halfway through. It doesn't mean halfway through the steps. It means halfway through step 9. That's why it says, you know, if we are painstaking about this stage, we're going to be amazed before we're halfway through. We're going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. Blah, 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 blah. This is not a quota log. You know. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be asking somebody to help me with that. And that's all right as well. I'm in a good spot, really. I'm grateful for what I've got. I've got more than I need. In fact, I'm very lucky. I'm extremely fortunate. I've got more chins than I need. Look. That's another thing I've got. More chins. Yeah, I've got more than I need, and that's the result of doing the stuff. If I'd have sat here at 49 days and all I'd done is gone to meetings, don't get me wrong, I'm not criticising anybody that does that, but you know, I'd still, you know, I wouldn't be feeling like I'm now. No way, I wouldn't be. I'd be moaning at the state of the world, moaning at what the guy's sharing in the meeting, moaning that I've got to go to the meeting, moaning that I've got not a lot of money, moaning about this, moaning about that. You know. Full of self, oof, full of fear, you know, irritable, restless, discontented, ooh, evil. I mean, I'm still some of them things, even though I am doing the program. God knows what it'd be like if I didn't do them. If I didn't do the program, I'd be all over the place. I'd be a right little fucking monster. Oh, sorry, there's another swear. Kitching, penny in the pot. It's an imaginary pot, so, you know, I hope it makes you feel better. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know where to go really. I've decided to go on and take a new step out on the ledge, take the leap of faith, not just in sobriety now, but also in my career, which I've done for 30 years. There's a lot of familiarity in it because I've done it for a long time, and there's a lot of unfamiliar in what I'm doing next. I'm going out of my comfort zone, to say the least, say the very least. They're all signs are pointing to it, though. And you get signs along the way, and when you're sober and you're connected to the program. I'm not saying you're fucking recovered or ka-ching, imaginary penny in the pot again. I'm not saying you're recovered. Recovered. Let's not go down that road. Recover just means return to normal. Return to normal health. And what does that mean? Well, I'm not drinking. I'm not thinking about drinking. So, in all intents and purposes, I have recovered from the hopeless state of mind and body. That doesn't mean I'm cured of alcoholism. What it means, I've got a daily reprieve contingent on my spiritual condition. What does that mean? Well, it means that I'm not resentful. If resentments crop up, I share them. If I'm afraid, I share them with someone at once and ask God to remove them, or let me take them away, help me to deal with them. Stop acting like an arsehole and try and think about somebody else other than myself. That's how I stay recovered on a daily basis. It's not rocket science, is it? The book's quite adamant on that. We're not recovering for the rest of our lives, are we? What other disease do you recover for the rest of your fucking life? Ooh, penny in the pot. What other illness do you recover from for the rest of your life? I think it's an answer. It doesn't really matter, does it? It's a pedantic point of view anyway. It's just it just happens to be a point of view that I've got. Is that the book says we recover. And what we have is a reprieve, daily reprieve, a day off. Reprieve is a pardon, isn't it? So we've got a pardon from active alcoholism and an active addiction. Contingent on our spiritual condition. And what's my spiritual condition tonight? Well, I've still got a lot of issues. 49 days. It's a drop in the ocean, isn't it? Really. But I've got issues. Of course I have, as in everyone. But I've got a lot less issues than what I had 49 days ago. Let me tell you that. I'm getting better a day at a time, and a minute at a time, second at a time, hour at a time, week at a time, month at a time. I can say that now. Tomorrow will be 50 days, the big 50, the bullseye of recovery. So that won't mean anything more than it does now if I'm not right. All it'll mean is another day. If I wasn't right, it'd just be a horrible, endured day if I wasn't on the program. Simple as that. And if you're sitting there and you're contemplating whether you should get in a relationship with somebody that's equally as insane as you, or you're thinking about whether you should be drinking alcohol-free beer that's got alcohol in it, by the way, or whether somebody can give you a lift to a meeting, all these things that really spell you're trying to get out of what you're doing. I'd suggest you get a sponsor and go through the steps. I haven't got all the answers for everyone. I haven't. In fact, I haven't even got all the answers for me. I have to ask somebody else for that. But I do know that what I suffer with. I do know that. And what I suffer with is not, going to be fixed by just turning up at a meeting and plonking my arse on a chair. I'm afraid. Because I turned up at a crack house and plonked my arse on the floor of a crack house, and that didn't solve the problem, did it? I don't suffer from an attendance problem, do I? I can attend 90 meetings in 90 days, albeit a good suggestion. It's never going to keep me sober, is it? It can't do, can it? Let's be fair. Because what happens for the other 23 hours in the day? Here you go. And I've tried it all. Geographicals, changing location, believing that's going to be the changing partners, changing jobs, changing this, changing that, changing the other. Everything except for me. How do you change you? Not easy. That's the part. That's the crucial thing, isn't it? It's not done overnight, but it is done. Simple as that. There's no getting away from it. You will have to change in order to stay sober. They say if you're the same person that you was, you'll drink again. Yeah, it's a frightening thing. I'm going to be honest here. I thought of thinking earlier, and I was thinking, well, it won't be long before I've got a few quid around me, because I never go this long without money normally. So it's going to go sooner or later, and when it does, it'll probably go in a big way, because I've had no money for the last 10 to 12 weeks. That just means my averages are building up, and I'm about to land a big one. So when I do, I'm thinking, oh, Saturday night, what will I be doing then? I thought, well, I'll go and get myself a pair of trainers, pay off me few, debts through my men's that I owe. Still have, then what am I going to do? Where am I wearing these trainers? Where am I going in these shoes, this shirt, and where am I going dressed up like a dog's dinner? To a meeting. Got to be careful there. There's a bit of euphoric recall, get a bit of dough. Oh, actually, it's all right. I wasn't that bad. Well, I couldn't have been that bad, could I? Because I made it back to the meeting. Yeah. Here you go. Got to be careful. Got to be very, very careful. It's a subtle and cunning and baffling foe, is alcoholism. It's insidious, which means it lies under the surface. It's not gone anywhere at all. They say it's just doing press-ups, waiting for when the next song can come out to play. So that's why I've grassed it up. All that would happen is that, I'd be in my trainers, on my shoes and shirt and whatever, going out, giving it Charlie Big, probably piss myself at the end of it. That's the truth of it. I'll end up on drugs, paranoid in a corner, rash on my face, feeling like shit. Got to say I've relapsed again. As if I make it through at all. That's the truth of it. Because who knows? Sooner or later, it's going to be fatally. It's going to be fatal, isn't it? Sooner or later. Pissing everybody off, breaking everyone's hearts again, filling them with fear, and then what? Well, I won't be out of face just coming back straight away, will I? Because it'll be too much. And then my illness will say, well, you might as well go a little go now. You've relapsed already. So then who knows where that's going to end? Another few months, years, whatever. It's already been 3 fucking years. Oh, penny in the pot. Yeah. So got to grasp that up. Got to. It's not that I want to do it. It's just that my mind is a very, very tricky bastard. And, the only way to treat a tricky bastard is to expose the truth about that trickiness and then pray around it. My prayers are pretty simple. I talk to God in my own language. I swear sometimes, whatever else, that might seem blasphemous to some, religious lunatics. But, that's me. God doesn't talk to me in a posh voice, in biblical language. He doesn't. He says, oh, you, dopey, shut your face and do this. That's how he talks to me. I probably wouldn't understand or listen to it otherwise, And, yeah, so just for today, I'm on the way to the meeting. I've got more than I need, including my gins. So, yeah. What can I say? It's working so far. I'm happy. And I'm about to make some big changes, of which I'm excited about. I don't know how they're all going to pan out, but I've got faith. Whatever's brought me this far, I'm going to carry on to let it take me further, a day at a time. So, if you have it, if you're not having a good day, well, it's up to you, isn't it? Let's be honest. Nobody's going to carry you, drag you along. They're not. Wakey, wakey. I thought somebody else would be able to do it for me, but they can't. And they don't want to either. So, yeah. Whatever you're doing, do it well. All right? Have a nice evening, day, whatever it is, time where you are. And, yeah, you just take care of yourself, eh? Thanks a lot for your support and everything else. And I'll see you soon. If you're happy and you know it, shake your meds.